Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and in this video I'm going to do first impressions of the UAG Monarch Pro case for the new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now I already did a short if you just want to see what the case looks like, but now I have the phone and I want to talk a little more about it. So as far as the box goes, there's just some of the advertising there. I did a mod to mine. I'll talk about that a little bit. I'll obviously put it on the phone and talk about that a little bit. But I just kind of wanted this to be a little separate from the other video. Just watch the short if you want something that just specifically shows the case itself. I've been using this Monarch series for probably 5 years or so now. And honestly, for me, the main reason is because I do this Kickstand mod. Now, this is an ESR kickstand. And I was looking for a case that had a protrusion, which with this you have this, extra armor or whatever they would call it, and you're able to cut that out with a Dremel tool, and it's near flush. Now it does sit just a little bit higher, I think, than these, but it's never enough to really upset the phone or anything. It still is pretty close, no different than having the notch on it anyway, or the camera bump. Now, this is something that really isn't necessary anymore, just because with the MagSafe you can get, and UAG sells a MagSafe kickstand that'll go right on here from UAG, and it's probably the better fit. But for me, I don't want any more depth. I don't want the case to be any bigger, or something sticking and then sliding it in and out. It's probably going to get caught, to where this is more recessed. So for me, that's why I like to do it this way. And at this point, there probably are other cases out there that you can get MagSafe and decent protection and the kickstand and everything. But I just decided for at least one more year I'm going to run with the UAG. Now, I think the color of it looks really good. I was worried it was going to be like some matte, ugly orange, basically like this. Like, this back to this phone looks absolutely horrible. If that was what the phone looked like, I would have never bought it. The only reason I ended up getting this cosmic orange is, especially when you get that light on it off that like anodized aluminum, it almost looks copper. It has a nice metallic looking finish. You don't think orange, you think copper, you think like a metal more than just a color. And they really did a good job with this color, but it is different. I kind of wish that the phone had this darker look to it, but nonetheless they do complement each other. And I should mention that this is exclusive. This color is exclusive to I think it's urbanarmorgear.com. So if you want this specific color, you're going to have to go to their website and buy it from them and not Amazon, at least as of now at release day for the iPhone. With that being said, it was almost better than Amazon. I think they have a free shipping thing when you buy it over whatever. You get free 2-day shipping. For me, it came from FedEx. It was excellent, real fast. I will say that the price was $85 plus tax. Came to $90. That's where the problems come in. That is just way too much for a case. Normally, I would get if I bought the phone later in the year, I would get the case used on eBay for like $20 or $30. I really like it though. I've never had a break my phone, so I did decide I'll just pay for it up front. But that's a lot of money, and that is going to hit into one of the cons I'm going to get to here in a second. And one other thing I'll mention with the exclusive color of this, you can only get this in what they call a vegan leather. Now, I actually like the texture of it and the look of it, so I don't mind that, but I think I would prefer the carbon fiber inlay. I think the worst is the Kevlar. It's especially when you want to do this mod, it just frays and everything. But even over time, wear and tear, and they raised the price so much to have a little, because this isn't like the whole back is leather. It's just a little insert that they run through here. So for the Kevlar one to pay, it's even more expensive than this. I just don't get, like, how does that improve in anything? Just have this little piece of fabric that's basically doing nothing. I understand it's aesthetics, but I just don't see the value of it. So I think I've wasted enough time. Let's go ahead and put the phone in the case. Snaps in just like any of them do. First thing, and I think the most important, is again, since I got the orange iPhone, you can tell it would look a little better, I think, if this was a little bit darker. But to me, it's still fine. And you do have the lip protection. And I do have, I actually went with a Spigen this time, glass screen protector. I literally just put it on. You can see this doesn't interfere with it, so it's a nice combo. If you're looking for a screen protector, I think ESR was a company I've used before, and then I've used the cheap on Walmart ones, but the Spigens have always gone on really well, and it's just, that's why usually what I go with is no bubbles, no peeling up, ease of application, and this time I went with that, and it fits just fine. One other thing let me point out is with this, you can see that orange frame of the device. It just barely peeks through, but say like for some reason you hate the orange, or whatever other, there's only 3 colors as of now, and you get some type of wrap to cover this up, and you get a different color UAG case, it does look like you still will be able to see a little bit. So if you don't like the orange, you still are going to just barely see a little bit, but then you will see the camera button here, and that is the biggest con with this case. I've been using it for a little bit here, for a few hours, and this is honestly, I really have to say, unacceptable. The reason is just because this case costs so much. Now, you can see here, kind of like I'm right-handed, I usually grab the phone like right about here. So you got that flimsy bezel almost, that just feels bad. Possibly over time it'll get stretched out and deformed if I'm always grabbing it here. I kind of like the indentation because I can kind of hold my thumb in it, but if you push, you're going to push the frame here out, and then it makes it want to kind of separate from it, and it doesn't really look that good either. Now, I can't speak much to the functionality of it yet, just because I just got the phone. I didn't have a 16, I had the 15, so I don't know how much I'm going to use this camera button, but I do know that much cheaper cases come with like their own built-in button, and I think it's capacitive touch, so it can still detect the finger sliding. And then obviously, this is actually a physical button too, not just like a touch-sensitive one. So at this price point, I just think it's completely unacceptable that they either didn't make this better or put a button over it. And I do remember when they went from the rocker volume or the mute rocker to just a button, that UAG released this case that year with the old cutout for the rocker because it still worked, and then people complained and they ended up putting this just actual button cover over it. So I don't know if anyone's going to complain about that. I'm thinking no, since the 16 had the same button, they clearly didn't redesign it. The other cases, like I think they're $20 to $30, and they have that. I am ordering one to see how it works, so I can't speak. Maybe it's just a gimmick and it doesn't work properly, and that's why they're doing this, because they know at least this way it's not impeding this button. But it's more so to me just the fact that I really don't even mind. It's just that it's too flimsy. I think they should have tried to make this like reinforced and probably covered a little more of the phone, and then just had it beveled to where you could still get your finger in. But there probably is a reason why they designed it like that. I complained about that enough. Just beware that for $90, I think that's unacceptable. Beyond this, if it's the same as all the other ones, then it should hold up fine and offer drop protection. That's how the ports look on here. And then the Kickstand Mod, which I've done videos on this before. So I can set the phone like this, and then, which I mainly use it for, in landscape like that. And I really like it. So again, you can get a different case for if you want a kickstand. I just do that personally. At this point, with MagSafe, I don't really think you need to follow this. But if you really like this case, which I do, I was willing to do all this and butcher it just to get that kickstand. So let me know, did I ruin it by doing this? It didn't do the greatest job ever, but it's not the worst either. And it's one of those things I'm just happy the phone itself is protected. So I'm going to leave that there. I'll probably keep it on for the life of the phone. All of these cases have always lasted the life of the phone. I don't doubt that, but again, it's a high price point. If you want this specific color, you will have to get that one from UAG since it's an exclusive to their website. So hopefully something in that was helpful to you, and at least you can see what this new 17 Pro Max looks like in the exclusive UAG orange case. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.